Charlotte's Democrat mayor defends killer who stabbed young woman to death on train. That's right. She defended him. Said that he probably has some type of mental health issues, even though she never looked at his mental health records or don't know anything about his past health issues. She came to that conclusion and made an excuse for him. This is ridiculous. It's unacceptable. And the people of Charlotte should be asking for this woman to resign. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account. So follow me there as well. All right, let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Slay News. And they report that Charlotte's Democrat mayor, V. Lyles, is facing mounting backlash after her response to the brutal killing of 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee Irina Zaruska on a Blue Line light rail train. Instead of squarely condemning the attacker like a normal, empathetic person would do, Lyles initially defended the killer by pivoting to speculating about his mental health struggles. Again, no evidence of this. She's just assuming this. Quote, she said, quote, "This is a tragic situation that sheds light on problems with society's safety net related to mental health care and the systems that should be in place," Lyles said in a statement sent to WCNC Charlotte. "While I do not know the specifics of the man's medical record," so she admit that she don't know, "what I have come to understand is that he has long struggled with mental health and appears to have suffered a crisis." Again, if you don't know anything about his medical record, how do you come to that conclusion? She goes on to say, "This was the unfortunate and tragic outcome." Ridiculous. Again, nothing about the victim or anything like that. She wants us to have empathy, empathy for the criminal. This is par for the course for the Democrat Party. They always put criminals before victims. This is why our cities are so bad. This is why crime is really bad and they pretending like it's not. But the suspect, 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown, has a lengthy criminal record spanning more than a decade, including robbery with a dangerous weapon, larceny, and breaking and entering. He shouldn't even been on the streets in the first place. He served over 6 years in prison and was arrested multiple times afterward. Bring back 3 strikes, right? I'm talking about on violent crime. Brown now faces a first-degree murder charge for fatally stabbing Zaruska. The young woman had fled Ukraine's war in 2022 and was working at a local pizzeria. Critics blasted Lyles for what they saw as a soft on crime response. That's exactly what it was. Again, no empathy for the victim. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy accused her of trying to hide the truth. Quote, "This monster had a track record longer than a CVS receipt." That's pretty funny. Them CVS receipts be super long. By failing to properly punish him, Charlotte failed Irina Zaruska and North Carolinians. This is totally unacceptable. Rep. Brendan Jones slammed Lyles after she issued a separate statement thanking the media for not sharing video of the attack. Quote, "Charlotte's Democrat mayor thanking the media for staying quiet about a tragic death shows exactly how Democrats in big cities try to cover up their crime problem." That's exactly what they do. They ignore it. They hide the numbers. They falsify numbers. They don't allow people to look at video or try to hide or suppress content showing what's really going on in these places. But again, it says where did I leave off at? Sorry. The issue here is with Slay News. They do this refresher every few minutes and it makes me lose my place. Rep. Ralph Norman went further, urging residents to avoid Charlotte and calling for Lyles to resign. Quote, "We don't need more compassion for sick and twisted criminals," Norman said. I agree. They need jail sentences, and this one needs the death penalty. I'm all for the death penalty. Mayor Lyles should resign. I agree with that as well. Her statements of concern for this assailant make her unfit to lead a major city. Even Democrat Governor Josh Stein came under fire, but from the Trump White House. After Stein called for more police presence, Deputy Press Secretary Abigail Jackson shot back, "He was arrested 14 times. The police did their jobs. You did not." Exactly right. And shame on you for trying to shift the blame. Facing pressure, Lyles shifted tone Monday, admitting, quote, "a tragic failure by the courts and magistrates," and acknowledging that repeat offenders are routinely released without consequence. She announced increased security on Charlotte's transit platforms and called for bipartisan reforms to close the gaps in the justice system. Well, it's too late now. It's too late now. You already let the cat out the bag and basically caped for the criminal. Don't try to backtrack now. But for Zaruka's grieving family and a shaking city, the mayor's original response may be hard to forget. It absolutely is hard to forget. Tragic, tragic story. And shame on the mainstream media for not releasing this videotape a month ago when this thing happened and not reporting on this. The mainstream media is just as culpable as this ridiculous mayor. Y'all need to get rid of these leftist mayors that's in y'all cities. They are destroying y'all cities. It's not safe. It's only harming you and your family. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.